Guys, what's up? In this video, I'm actually going to talk about some really awesome ways to actually optimize your Upwork profile. I'm going to be talking as an expert vetted talent on Upwork with over $1 million in earning, Alhamdulillah. And I'm also going to be talking as a client that regularly hires on Upwork. So I have a few things written here, which are at the top of my head, I think the most important, and I'm going to go through them one by one. The first thing that I'm actually looking at, or I guess like I'm looking at a bunch of things, but let's actually see what people are looking at. So imagine if I actually search for UX UI designer or something along those lines. What do I actually see right off the bat? Those are the most important things, because who knows whether people are actually even going to go inside your profile or not. It's going to depend on this stuff. So the first thing that I want you to focus on is actually your portfolio items. Obviously, your portfolio on Upwork needs to be updated and all of that stuff. I mean, that's great for sure. I agree with that. But the item that you actually see in the search, or when you're actually looking for a person, is this particular item, and this is your first portfolio item. So first of all, obviously you need to keep your portfolio updated on Upwork. Secondly, the best piece or the best work that you have should actually be showcased as the first item on your Upwork profile. So for example, if I go to my profile, I'm just going to scroll down. As you can see, I have some work in my portfolio. Unfortunately, my portfolio isn't even updated as well, but you should, especially if you're trying to get work. If you don't have the reputation, like you're not top rated plus, you're not expert vetted, you don't have a lot of earning, you don't have a lot of testimonials, your portfolio definitely should be updated. It shouldn't just be on Dribbble and Behance, it should be here as well. And the first item in your portfolio is the one that's actually going to be shown here. So that definitely needs to be your most impressive work. And if you want, you can actually combine a bunch of different elements or a bunch of different work and actually paste it there. Because if I'm looking at this person, I can actually just click on it and I can see their particular portfolio. They have 4 items in their portfolio, and I can just scroll down and see a bunch of different screens in this one portfolio item. So if I don't like the work, I can just go to the next one. I'm like, okay, let's go to this one. So if we just have a look at this one, now they have actually done something really interesting. They have actually added a bunch of different screens. They're highlighting a bunch of different functionalities and stuff along those lines. So this definitely looks like someone who actually knows their craft, and they've added some description as well. So this portfolio item, this first portfolio item, actually demonstrate their UX and UI thinking skills and their ability to create really modern and crisp interfaces. So again, your portfolio definitely really important, but your first item in the portfolio is something that's going to be appearing in the search bar or in the search feature. So definitely that needs to be your most impressive work. That's one. Now coming to the second thing, and again, we're going to focus on the profile. We're not going to focus on what type of portfolio you actually need and how do you actually create case studies and stuff along those lines. That can come in a separate video. But coming to the second item, now the second item is your profile picture. Obviously, if your profile picture is open, it's again inviting, I can actually clearly see the person. In this case, I can see the person. Now coming to another person here, let's probably have a look at it. I can see this person as well. I can see this person as well. This profile picture actually is much better because again, it's on a white background. It's less distracting. Even my own profile picture is actually on a darker background, which I think still works. But this profile doesn't work. Like if you have a lot of trees in the background and stuff along those lines, that doesn't look professional. If we just scroll down and let's see some other items, I don't like this profile picture. So your profile picture, this one is still okay. The hair are being cut off, but I guess like it's still okay. So again, make sure it's professional. This is pretty good too. But if you're looking at this one, there's a lot of stuff going on in the back. Like it's really hard to discern the background from the person's avatar. So definitely don't do that. The third thing I want to talk about is you need to have a compelling title. And when you're talking about title, I guess like I'm actually going to show a reference here. So Upwork on your dashboard actually informs you of certain talent that are related to some of the stuff that you're maybe looking for or something along those lines. Who knows? It actually maybe curates based on your search preferences, your recent hires. I actually have no idea how it does it. But again, the profile picture is really great. Now the title, UX UI design for web and mobile apps, SaaS, AILM, dashboards, B2B. Now this is great because it at the very least tells me that this person First of all, what does this person do? Like that should be in there. So are you a UX UI designer? Are you a front end developer? Like what exactly are you? Are you a back end developer? Again, that's great. Once you have that particular thing done, qualify yourself. What are the type of things that you actually have the most experience with, or would you like working on? So do you like working on SaaS? Do you like working on AI or machine learning? Do you work on dashboards and stuff along those lines? Now, if I'm looking for someone for dashboards and I find this particular person, their title and some of their work actually exhibit some of the stuff that they've actually been talking about. Now, as you can see, they have a bunch of dashboard projects. I don't really like how they've actually showcased their portfolio, but I mean, whatever it is, at the very least, they're top rated. Plus, they have over $100,000 in earnings. So that's all good. But if I was looking for an e-commerce expert, I wouldn't really choose this person. So it's much easier for me to find, let's say if I search for a UI SaaS designer or a UI designer, I actually go here and I see a bunch of different people who basically have, first of all, their skills highlighted as well. And we're going to talk about skills. So you have SaaS basically in the title as well. Now just think about it. If someone actually needs SaaS designs and they search for a SaaS designer, just by the title, it says SaaS designer, SaaS design, SaaS design, and SaaS and SaaS. Most of the results that are actually coming are targeted towards individuals that actually have SaaS in their skills or in their title, usually in both. So that's really important. Your title should not only just be a designer, your title should actually qualify it. What type of a designer are you? What skills do you specialize in? What type of designs do you actually do and you're most interested in? So a person can actually, or the client can actually directly find you. So that's really important. Now coming to the previous person directly, since we were just talking about them, one other thing that I want to mention is do add your skills. So that's, I think, like the fourth item or something along those lines. Your skills should definitely be there because they also help you in searching and ranking. So if your skills aren't really there, that's going to be, again, really bad. Similarly, again, when certain people actually have matched jobs related to your search, they actually appear here as well. I think this person may have just boosted their profile, which is why it's appearing at the top, because they don't really have matching jobs related to my search. They don't really have the SaaS in the headline. At the very least, they have SaaS here or something along those lines, but I don't really trust why. I don't really understand why this person is at the top. So you can boost your profile as well, and that's an avenue that you should probably explore if you're looking for initial work. So that's that. Now coming to the previous profile, the fifth item that I want to talk about is detailed overview. Now let's go to this particular person. Now in detailed overview, I want to talk about 4 or 5 critical items. The first one that I want to talk about is you should introduce yourself about like what do you do, your years of experience, the type of applications that you worked on and stuff along those lines. That's first. The second is demonstrate that with social proof. Now, this particular person has mentioned our solutions have gained the trust of big players like Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, AMD. I don't even trust this person. I'm not sure if they've actually worked with these people. I don't trust them. So it doesn't really matter if you have to mention like Google, Amazon, or something along those lines. This person, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Just mention like, I have worked for the SaaS application of this. This is the link. I worked on this particular application. I worked on this fintech application. And you can just mention that. And you can mention the clients as well in, let's say, 2 or 3 lines or something along those lines. That's sufficient. You should also actually identify goals or outcomes, that you've achieved. Now, they have actually mentioned the MVPs crafted by our teams have successfully raised over $175 million in an investment capital. Now, that's an interesting number. If you want to mention that, sure, but I guess like I'm mostly speaking to beginners, so you probably wouldn't have that. So that's fine. Like I don't really have it either, even though I have outcomes, but I don't really show it. But you should if you actually have some. The other thing is, I understand that you obviously wouldn't really have a lot of items here. So whatever you have, like again, demonstrate the skills that you have, list them out in bullet points, similar to how they've actually mentioned these are the industries that we work with and stuff along those lines. Mention them with bullet points. Use formatting. Don't really write 2 or 3 really long paragraphs that are really hard to consume. Use bullet points to actually go ahead. Bullet points, by bullet points, I mean use emojis to actually differentiate one item from the other. Have smaller paragraphs so it's much easier to consume. So those are some important points that you need to be focused on when you're talking about your outcome. You're talking about your description or your overview or whatever you want to call it. The other thing, and now let's go to my profile. The other thing that you should really do is you should have a great and inviting YouTube video or any other video on your profile. Now, how is a video going to help? If I'm actually sold on your portfolio, if I'm sold on your profile picture, on the talent that you actually have and stuff along those lines, how can I actually get to know you before I actually jump on a call with you? Like, how can I make sure, especially from a person from Pakistan, a lot of clients may not necessarily be comfortable with that. They may be like, hey, this person is from Pakistan. I think there's going to be a huge communication barrier, a communication gap. I'm not sure how they deal with clients. This person definitely looks trustworthy because they have $1 million in earning. They have, I don't know, 86 completed jobs. I don't know how many hours do I have, 28,000. So obviously people may trust me by default, but for people who are starting out or they don't have a lot of experience, how are they going to know that you're a person that they would like to collaborate with or talk to? A video like this actually really helps because it helps showcase the type of person you are. So whether you're witty, how impactful you are when you're communicating, how well is your English and stuff along those lines. So it's actually going to help people lower their barrier and guard down irrespective of wherever you're located, because they can see, hey, this person, even though he lives in Pakistan or Bangladesh or whatever, this person still seems like a person like us. So it actually helps get rid of that particular gap as well. So those are some of the things that I actually wanted to tell you. Definitely let me know if you actually found this video useful, and if you want to see any other videos like that, do subscribe and do follow me on LinkedIn and Twitter for more tips. And if you actually would like to improve your profile or something along those lines, or if you have questions or anything along those lines, definitely hit them up in the comments. And if you want me to actually dive deeper in your profile and actually give you a face-to-face session, then you can book my session as well, and I'm going to throw a link in the description. So that's pretty much it. Do subscribe, to hit the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.